Hello, 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 and welcome back to this week's edition of Thirsty for Knowledge Thursdays. So we had a lot of great comments, feedback, emails from last week's 40-60 rule video. We wanted to dig a little bit deeper into writing a great college personal statement. Now is that time when all of our students are writing their drafts, so it seemed pretty timely. Okay, so I'm not going to say that these tips will always be applicable to your story, but I promise they are essential to good storytelling and hit at the formulaic nature of the creative process. In that, yes, writing is creative, but like any craft, there are some principles and tricks that you can learn from. First, let's get a little abstract. What is the personal statement getting at? It's basically colleges saying, I want to know your story. Who in the world are you? 650 words, let's go. So where to begin? Well, let's take some advice or guidance from people who write amazing stories regularly for money, basically at will. These are screenwriters. All those amazing stories, those movies you watch that wrench at your heart and hit at your emotional highs and lows, they feel super creative, and in many ways are, but they also follow a playbook with certain key tools at the ready. Before hopping in, I would be remiss not to recommend reading Save the Cat, the last book on screenwriting you'll ever need. It's an amazing book by Blake Snyder, from which really all of these tips come from, just, repurposed for you and not like a Hollywood blockbuster. Okay, so what are the tips then? Let's start off with that very phrase, save the cat. What does it mean? Essentially, every movie follows the story of a hero, much like your personal statement will do. Hint, you are the hero. And for this story to work, we have to, at our core, like the hero. Even if they fail sometimes or do some negative things, we have to believe they're good people and root for them. How do we accomplish this? Seems really complex. Well, most movies, if you watch closely right at the beginning, they have the hero or main character perform a simple good deed, not unlike saving a cat. This could be picking up someone's wallet that they dropped, helping an old lady with her groceries, anything that hits at our heartstrings where we think, you know what, this is a good person. So even if later they lie, they steal, they disappoint others, we're willing to forgive them or at least accept their flaws. Now, this does not necessarily work for all stories. I'm not advocating you begin your story about saving a sanctuary of cats out of trees or something, but anchoring in stories works, so consider that. Okay, the next tip piggybacks off the idea that you generally want to show growth and a maturation over time in your story. But just like in a great movie, the progress cannot be perfectly smooth. Watch any Pixar movie, Toy Story, Cars, Up. There is a period where the hero, after some initial struggle, is doing great and moving toward their goals or objectives. And then we hit a point we believe is the climax, which we can call the false victory. Everything seems good, and then boom, we're hit with a scene of certain doom. Maybe someone dies. Maybe something even worse happens. And suddenly, it feels like we're lower than we were where we started at the first place. And then what? The hero triumphs above all odds and hits the real climax, emphasizing the euphoria and the impressive accomplishments, etc. This is a sort of narrative, rhythm, and flow you want to create in your essay. Now, once again, not every personal statement should follow these beats or incorporate these specific principles. But don't forget that in this instance, this personal statement, you very much are a screenplay. And you want to take the reader on nothing short of an emotional journey where they come out impressed with you, your values, your capacity for intelligent thought, and personal growth. All right. That's all I got for you this week on Thirsty for Knowledge Thursdays. And don't forget, when you're up late, writing your personal statement, cracking the books, brainstorming, to learn responsibly. Oh, like and subscribe too. Okay, thanks.